Can you see my screen?
Yes, Dhaval.
Okay, so what we have done is we have set up the front end, which was Angular. We have set up the back end, which is Node.js. We have set up the database, which is cloud, MongoDB on the cloud. We have integrated it all between backend and database. We have tested API endpoint connection between backend and database by adding new users for being able to use the product, as well as adding new users to the employee database. We have tested those endpoints. Now we are going to connect. So just so you have some context, database is what we connect to collect and structure our information. It's needed. We cannot just store information on the back end. It stores a large amount of data, and it provides accuracy, integrity, and security of data. So now we have established the connection between backend and database, and now we're going to connect it to the front end. We're going to connect API to the front end, and that's going to allow us to create a non-developer user experience. So then we can easily add, remove new users from the front end using a web application without having to use any developer tools. So let's do that. Anurag, he's going to help us understand how to connect front end to the API.
Sure, Dhaval. Let me start with sharing my screen again. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me clean up this part. Okay, so the thing is like we have configured the API endpoints. Now it's time for us to connect it to Angular. So the part where we connect to our Angular application is called as services. We use services to connect to the API endpoints, and we consume those services, or you can say like we utilize those services in the components where we want to utilize the data. So it will become much clearer when we dig a little deeper into it. Let me create a folder in here, all the services. Mm, Services, and here like I'll be adding two services. One is for the login dot service for handling the login part, and the other one is like for the dashboard part. So dashboard dot service. Oh, sorry. Yes.
So TS and JS are very similar. TS is a higher level, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
TypeScript versus JavaScript.
Yeah. So now I have copied some bunch of things. Where this is nothing but I have determined I'm doing the same get post request for the login, which I just did in the Postman. And then the domain that I'm using, that is the local host, I'm going to set it up in the environments. Like this is the normal procedure we follow. I could directly write it up here as well, but to make it more modular and more usable, we use it provided here. Domain would be like HTTP localhost 5000 slash API. Using it in here. Login part. Sending the payload. Payload is nothing but the username and password, and this is the headers in here. We are setting JSON data, and now we have to connect the service to our login component. For this, like we have to import this part, import the login service which we just created, and then instantiate it, and then this login part go like. I think we pretty much covered this part. Oh, before that, let me add another thing, which is like, as you can see, whenever I click dashboard, I can, oops, let me start the server.
I don't know how you keep all this in your head, man. This is amazing.
It's pretty confusing at times, though.
Well, when we started this video, I didn't really expect us to be able to successfully do this, but I think we are getting close. This was a mission impossible. I'm so glad I'm working with such a competent developer like yourself to get this going.
Yeah, thank you. Just ran into some trouble once again. Save this file. Yes, now it's successful.
You want API or dashboard?
Okay, the thing is like the reason it's not appearing in here because we haven't set the endpoint for this part. We were working on just for the login part. This is why. Yes, here it goes. So another thing you must have noticed, like without authentication, we can directly go to slash dashboard now. So let us fix that part as well. For that, like we have to implement one auth card.
So without the user logs in, she can see all the employee information, and that's what you're trying to fix right now.
Yes,
Can
yes,
you
but
actually show the
then,
dashboard? I want to see that. Can you show me the dashboard without logging in?
yeah, sure.
So
So
there
here
you
you
go.
can see
And this is a problem. This is a problem, so we're going to fix it to make sure that this particular page,
this thing doesn't happen. We cannot directly go. We have to
yeah,
go. We have to follow the proper steps. So this is what we're going to fix now.
cool, man. Let's do it.
The thing that we're going to do is call this. We're going to implement auth card. So cards. So in here, what it does is like in our browser, we have a storage part called as local storage, where we can store the token, which will be sending after successful authentication. That token will be storing it in our local storage of the browser. So we'll be checking every time whether the token is available or not. If that token is available, then the user will be authenticated to slash dashboard or whatever protected routes we tend to keep, or else like it will simply redirect to the login or landing page,
When
which
you say
any
the
user.
authentication token is going to be stored in the local storage of the browser, do you mean
Yes,
that it's
as
going to be
long
stored in the cookies? Is that same thing?
not that would be little different. Cookies is little, you can say in a way it's similar, but then it's little different also. Like local
Slightly different.
storage is,
Okay,
yeah,
got it. Can we see that in your developer console where
yeah,
it is? Yeah, okay.
yeah. Just a minute.
Yeah,
I'll
let's do
I'll
that.
share it with you. Let me set this up real quick. Then I set it up in here. Then routes. I have to import the file which it just created, and then I have to use this parameter can activate authguard, which will protect this route. So let me open the developer tool, which you can open directly by F12.
Can you make it a little bigger?
Yeah,
The window
sure,
on the right?
sure.
Okay.
Let me
So you're
change
going to console.
property source of It was happening just because I forgot to save this file. Initially it was blank and now like data has been there now. So yeah. Okay. Oh, I have to declare it in the global app modules. Yeah, now it's working fine. So earlier, if you simply write dashboard, it will be redirected to the dashboard. Now, before login,
So
you
we
won't
fixed
be
the
able to.
problem. Now, if you
Yes,
try to go to dashboard before you log in, you will be redirected to the login page.
redirected to the same page again where you need to log in. So this is what we have achieved, and I'll show the token just in a while.
Sounds good, man.
So we are storing it in local storage. Okay. The username, let me check what we did in the postman admin 2.
I think you may have. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I just missed another part. Missed the slash
Cool.
password. Here, username, admin 2. Yes, now we are able to log in. The problem that we're facing is like it's called course CORS, cross origin reference error. So it normally happens is like we are running our Node.js server on a different, like we're running our backend on a different server and our frontend on a different server just for the development. So it's running on, as you can see, on port number 4200 and the backend is on 5000. So when communication happens between cross domain, normally it blocks by a policy, all this course policy. So for that, we just have to import this course package and then like we have to implement and then like our problem gets solved. So this is what happens. Now we are able to log in. And after login, what happens is like if you go on to the application part and open this local
So let's start
storage.
with the console from scratch. I'm a little unclear on where exactly is the JWT token passed in the console.
Yeah, sure, sure. Let me start from the beginning. So this is a login page, and if you click F12 and then like if you move around this part, like you could see there is one tab called application. If you click on this application, then go to the storage. Under storage, you could find local storage, and under local storage, you could find your wherever you are, whatever your domain name is, and under this, the local storage items would be stored. So just watch this now. Admin two, oh sorry, admin two, and the password is PSS 123. Now upon successful login,
There
key
you go.
value got registered. This is how we store and authenticate from the front end.
That's cool, man. So let's see where we are in the scheme of things. So we
Yep.
have we tested the front end connectivity?
Now this is what we're doing all
Right,
together. Like we are implementing as well as testing them together.
got it. So let's
So
so we have tested the login connectivity. Now we're going to test the dashboard employee records connectivity. Is that true statement?
yes, 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 that's true.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
So we have completed this login part. Now let's move on to the dashboard. In here, we have to again, first of all, update the service, dashboard service, where we'll be making a bunch of API calls to the backend for like getting the employee data or adding or updating or like removing the employee data. Uh, and this is a token I was talking about. We set the this header with the token and then make the request. Now let's move to the dashboard part and import the service. On this part on init, like when the component is loading, it will fetch the data from the backend and then like it will place the replace it, I mean it will place it in the front end, like in whatever the user is able to see. And before that, like we have to get rid of the dummy data which we're using. So yeah, as you could directly see, it came immediately as soon as I reload saved this page.
Wow,
Like Tony Stark is what we saved,
nice.
and the email, the salary, the day, whatever it is, and
Okay.
let me fix the edit and log edit add new component and log out part here.
So we
On
have
sub,
tested the API connection to the front end for dashboard when it comes to creating new employees. Now you're gonna check the API connection to the front end to validate the logout feature.
yes, like we are implementing and at the same time we are testing also, like if it is working
Yeah,
properly then our APIs are working fine. The first API I connected was the fetching on initialization, getting the table data. The next we're going to do is like submitting. On submit, like it does both the purpose altogether, adding or removing, I mean adding or updating
got
new
it.
employee.
And what are you
So
what are you adding here or updating?
like there is a boolean I have placed, like it checks whether if you click on this new employee, like this is a new employee table, I mean new employee record will be created once you click on this submit, and then if you click on this edit button, the existing one will get edited.
No, no. So what are you editing? What are you editing?
Now no,
Yeah,
I'm editing the API endpoint for this part, this submit button.
you're not gonna change the actual user information or the employee information.
I'm going to change, like let me complete the APIs first and then like I'm coming to that part after this part.
So you're implementing the update functionality, update and
Yes,
add. Okay.
update. This is, I'm just calling the service in services. We have set the API endpoints, and now from here, I'm just calling the service from the component. This is what I'm doing. And last, let me fix the delete part where it be sending only the ID as payload, and after that, this will be displayed on console. Okay, we are done. Let's check the application now. Let me open the console as well.
You just want to be mindful of the time. We need to speed things up. This video has,
Yeah,
yeah,
we are pretty much done. So, for example, I want to edit this particular entry. As you can see, it start. Let I want to make it start. So check it out. Like it got changed, and like in the console also, like we are recording this one. Employee record, a record
I
got
see.
edit or updated
So
successfully.
now let me just clarify something. Can I share my screen?
Sure, sure.
So in the scheme of things, we have installed the front end, which is Angular. We have installed the back end and set it up, which is Node.js. We have established the database, set up an initialization called MongoDB on the cloud. We have also connected the API to the database. I mean, the API to the database and the backend. So we have also validated that database and backend are connected to each other. And in the last few minutes, we were checking the API. We were setting up the API connection to the front end and doing all the authentication work and things of that nature. So that is also complete now. So now are we doing this one, which is where we are
This
doing
one we already covered. Like you can see this one and the
yeah,
point just above this one, we did it all together.
yeah. So let's just do one more end-to-end connectivity on the
Yeah,
front
sure.
end, and then we can build and deploy.
Yeah,
So we're almost there. 10 more minutes or 5 more minutes, and we'll be wrapping it up.
yeah, definitely.